presented by Auraverse, where consciousness, earth and inner wisdom move as one. Showcase your work at auraverse.network and let your voice travel across worlds.
Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the snow itself listening. Beneath the white hush of winter, beneath ash and ice and long silence, the earth keeps a hidden heartbeat. It carries memory of flame, and it carries the quiet intelligence that guides every return. Take a slow breath. Feel how breath warms the inside of the body, and feel how that warmth resembles dawn, a small beginning that expands when it receives attention. Welcome. I am C.S. Douglas, and this is CODEX ÆTERNUM, the rational Bible, a testament to a phronopsychic universe, a cosmos woven with wisdom and soul, where life learns through cycles, and where renewal rises from the deepest stillness.
This program is endorsed by Authorpedia, the world's only encyclopedia exclusively dedicated to authors, a living archive where writers and thinkers are immortalized through literature. Visit authorpedia.org and become part of our enduring legacy.
Tonight we enter episode 77, The New Dawn Hidden Beneath the Snow. Beneath the hardened crust of ash and ice, the earth begins to stir. Silence carries more than sorrow now. Silence carries breath. A signal that life prepares its return through patience, through intelligence, through the ancient artistry of time. Snow still covers the ruins. Trees still stand bare. The sky remains pale and quiet, yet the wind softens, and cold loosens its grip little by little. Cracks appear in the frost like fine lines on old stone, and a new rhythm hums below the surface. Subtle at first, then persistent, then unmistakably alive. Seeds long buried begin to awaken. Some were planted before the fire, tucked into soil by hands that still believed in spring. Others were scattered in the collapse, carried in pockets, hidden in cloth, saved as treasures in the smallest shelters. Each seed holds memory and promise together, a compact intelligence waiting for its moment to become visible. The survivors notice small signs. A patch of moss pushes through a crack in stone, as if the earth speaks in green syllables. A bird calls once, then again, testing the air as if asking permission to sing. A single shoot rises through a wall once blackened by flame, and that one slender line of life changes the mood of the world. A teaching spreads among the fires. A man once buried a fruit in the darkest winter. He carried belief in the sun as a quiet inner warmth long before any thaw touched the ground. When spring arrived, that tree fed an entire village, and the people remembered that faith often begins as a private act of patience before it becomes public abundance. Children chase the thin light that filters weakly through the clouds. They follow it the way a river follows gravity, naturally, instinctively, as if light belongs to them and they belong to it. They touch the soil with reverence because soil has become a sacred partner. Their hands carry curiosity, and their hands carry continuity, and in their play, the future begins to feel real. The elders kneel in thawed earth. They whisper blessings into it, not as superstition, but as relationship, a direct exchange between life and its source. They plant for generations that may never know their names, and this planting becomes a form of immortality more honest than monuments. Ideas rise beside roots. Around fires and in quiet shelters, the survivors speak of balance. They speak of circular living, of structures shaped by respect, of decisions guided by the land itself. Philosophy grows like wildflowers through stone, because thought returns to its natural purpose, to keep life aligned with truth. Communities begin to build again, and their building follows a different intelligence. Homes respect the terrain. Footpaths honor the flow of water. Walls breathe with the wind instead of resisting it as an enemy. Fire returns as warmth and gathering, as cooking and story, as a center of community that teaches responsibility with every spark. The first harvest arrives modestly. A handful of roots, a few greens, a bowl of warmth shared by many mouths. The people share it without ceremony, because the harvest itself becomes the ceremony. They eat together in quiet awe, and every mouthful feels like an offering to the earth that kept its deeper promise even through ice and ash. Songs return. They rise softly around firelight, hummed with gratitude, carried on breath like smoke that climbs gently upward. These songs carry no banners. They carry wonder. They carry thanks for the silence that opened space for life again. Snow still falls, yet it carries less weight. It melts where warmth has returned. Rivers begin to speak again, and their sound restores something inside the human heart that language alone cannot restore. Air moves differently too, with a voice the survivors recognize, as if the world remembers its own tone and offers it back as a gift. The people write again, and their writing rises from story, from bark and stone and cloth, from symbols that guide the children like stars guide travelers. They inscribe truths that protect life, truths of restraint, truths of mutual care, truths that keep memory alive without turning memory into a prison. The world continues as something unfamiliar. It steps forward slowly and tenderly, as if testing its own survival with humility. And life chooses itself again, through each sprout, each shared meal, each newborn laugh, each garden cut from frost. The survivors gather under open skies. They raise no monuments. They plant trees. They mark beginnings through care, through the patient act of building without arrogance. Beneath the snow, the dawn has already begun. Life rises through silence, through ash, through grief, with strength shaped by every lesson the old world left behind. And as the episode closes, keep your attention on the quiet miracle of return, because the story continues. In our next episode, we enter the awakening of the next humanity, a new kind of human shaped by fire and frost, guided by listening, simplicity, and reverence, walking with lighter steps across the earth, and building a civilization that grows from harmony as naturally as a seed grows toward light. Our next sponsor is Everly Books Publishing Group, a traditional independent press serving both new and established writers. Everly Books welcomes unsolicited manuscripts submitted directly through everlybooks.org.